Hello. Happy Memorial Day. Today is May the 27th. This is my 47th video and I have 362 subscribers. Thank you very much. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Memorial Day. To everybody, right? Well, today's video is sponsored by good old drinky and good old munchy. So today is popcorn soda and the ever-present orange. So today I wanted to talk to you something a little different is why I lost my Sewjo. Now, I've lost my Sewjo before and got it back, no problem. Usually it's changing a room around, cleaning, that kind of stuff, and going shopping for something that I want to start sewing. Well, it's a little different this time because, I can clean and change my room around and all that kind of stuff, but I can't be going shopping, which is understandable. And, my children have taken care of me so very wonderfully. And I have all my needs met. But, sometimes you gotta go shopping. So, my 5 reasons I lost my Sewjo. 5 is I cannot go shopping anymore, which is fine. I feel bad even saying that. But it is a major part of doing a craft. Or, your side thing you like doing. You like shopping for all the wonderful things you can buy to help yourself do those things, or patterns, material, little knick-knack dilly bobs here and there that help you do it. And my kids do let me do that. But I don't want to do that, because I'm really trying to cut back. It's not like I am short on material. I'm not short on thread. I'm not short on time. I'm just mentally short a little. That's been all my life. Mentally short on just mental, there's, elasticity in your brain. I got no elasticity in my brain. Just in my hair tie. That was kind of stupid. Moving on. Anyway, so I've sat here trying to figure out the 5 main reasons why I lost my Sewjo. And number 5 was no shopping. Because part of doing something is planning. And part of planning is getting all your stuff together that you want to do. And I have to learn how to shop in my stash, which is understandable. I can do that. But, I'm just telling you why. Number 4, project stress. Now, this is an interesting one. I'm thinking, what? I just need to get that done and I can go on to start something else. Or as somebody else says, well, just finish it, real quick and then it'll be done, Those are stressors. It's like, just a little bit of that little bit of mental pressure that stops you from doing what you want to get done. Because it's like, I need to get that done before I do this. And it's, I just got to get this done. Next thing you'll get everything out. And it's like, you just don't want to do it. For some crazy reason, you just have something stopping you from doing it. That's number 4. And number 3 is cutting fatigue. I am not a good, I cannot cut fabric very well. I can, I do okay, but, when your blocks come out, start getting wonky, you're telling yourself, see, you just can't do it. You just can't cut fabric right. You can't cut it straight. You can't, consistent. You can't do this. You can't. And then it's that mental loop in your head is, you can't do this. Who do you think you are? It's not going to look good. That kind of stuff. So you have the fatigue of that going on. And I really don't like cutting fabric. You know, if it could all come cut like some of the projects that you can buy, it would be beautiful, right? Also, with that cutting fatigue, I'm thinking about going back to FPP, because part of the cutting fatigue is not getting it straight. Your blocks coming out crooked or too short in areas. And but the FPP, they're good. They're, you know, I'm not gonna say perfect, because there ain't nothing perfect, but they come out a lot more perfect than not, you know. So I'm thinking about going back to FPP just for that reason. And then number 2 is indecision. I am fickle. I change my mind. If the wind blows to the left, I am changing my mind to the right, and if it changes any other way, I'll change my mind. I am just like a fickle. I'm like a trash bag in Vegas, blowing here and fro. That's stupid. I gotta start this thing over again. I really hate starting these videos over. I'm not going to. We're going further. You know, this is it. This is me. This is what's gonna happen. Moving on. So indecision, and I think with the indecision, I get a little depressed, because it's like, oh, here we go. She's gonna, you know, you're gonna change it again. We have to redo this. We have to redo that. That kind of stuff. And with the pressure of indecision, I kind of throw everything out the window. It's like, I don't even want to watch videos about sewing. I don't want to do this. Just, you know, let me watch it about something else. That's how I got back interested in watercolor, I think. It was just, I just don't want to see that. So I go back to other people that I have watched in the past, painting and, you know, and other crafts. And then next thing you know, you got squirrel. That's number 1, is this squirrel, you know, a thing that changes your perception of going straight, and then it's like, oh, getting off to what you were really trying to get done. So the indecision plague, it could be from the pressure of indecision, like this one that I'm doing right here. I have indecision about this because, and this happened, I mean, I should have changed it, but I didn't. And now that I'm hanging it up and I'm starting to put borders on it and stuff like that, this part of this quilt is bugging me. It's like, you don't like that, this needs to be changed. And for me to change it, I have to basically take out a row, which is not a big deal. I could do it, but it's this last, where is that? Where's it at? That's not it. I'll get to it. Hold on a second. It's gotta be down here somewhere. It's this one, which is a sailboat. Okay? That one's a sailboat. Well, it doesn't have enough contrast. I've thought about, well, I can get, you know, some paint and paint it in and all this. I just have to shut up, take this block out. It's just the last row. Take the last row out. You know, if I want to do Y seams, I could just take that one block out. No big deal. Change it. And, you know, it's not going to be a big deal to change, I hope. And then put it back together, because look at, you can't tell there's a sails because there's just not enough contrast in those. And that's what irritates me. So it irritates me there. I put it down. I don't look at it for a few days. And I start these right here. And it's like, yeah, that's great and all that kind of stuff. You got that done. But you still got to fix that sail. You got to fix the sails. So I keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And so it puts off the whole quilt. I could have been done with this. If I liked that one block, I would have been done. So it's that indecision depression. It's like, do I really want to take it apart? Apparently, yes, you have to take it apart. So, you know, and it's just irritating. It's irritating to me. So I got a little bit of depression from the indecision part, and so I lay down and I watch movies and I cover my head up and make it dark in the room, and I enjoy the movie, but in the back of my head, this loop is running, and it's like, no, you got to change it. So that's where I'm at. And there's sometimes, I'm so fickle that I'll have a really high day. I think I'm, a manic. Sometimes I can get a little manic and I could have a really great time. And next thing you know, I kind of go down, that kind of stuff. So I think that is in my indecision, depression part of it. So I'm trying to come back. Look, I got all this. I had such high hope. And now there's anxieties. You get that. You look at it. It's like, look, you haven't done that. You haven't done that for a while. This is just what I go through. I don't know if everybody else goes through this, but I'm sure some other people go through this. So we have to be nice enough to ourselves and say, it's okay. Let it go. Let it go. I mean, there's so many. There's my pineapple quilt I haven't finished. And then the list just compiles and piles and piles on. And I know everybody's gonna say in the comments, don't worry about it, you're doing good, just keep going. Yeah, all that good stuff. And thank you all for thinking those things. This is just what goes on in my head. Even the change of scenery or the change of season can throw me into this. I've noticed in the last, I'd say 3 years, where I've really just have had the ability to think about other than that, I just had to keep my nose to the grindstone, just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, But I'd say these last 3 years, I've been able to pop my head up and say, wait a minute, why is this happening? Why is that happening? That kind of stuff. I don't know if it's because it's popular, and I don't mean anything bad about this. I really don't. But popular about, mental health, which is a good thing. I mean, it's making people think about, I'm just not mean. Maybe it's a mental health thing, or maybe I'm just not always sad. It's a mental health thing. Maybe, I'm not lazy. It's a mental health thing. You just kind of get stuck. Because I know sometimes if I'm depressed, I'll just sit there and I'm just stuck, and the things are just looping in my head. I remember one time I went to the doctor's, and this was maybe 20 years ago. And I was telling the doctor, sometimes I just want to hit somebody. I could just hit him. And he's like, and he got quiet. So I looked back and he's sitting there at the table. And I said, Doc. And he goes, I'm writing as fast as I can. Because he was going to get me a prescription of, I think it was Paxil or something like that, which messed me up completely. Because my insurance would not, continually get it. So I'd have, basically I was coming off of it and my brain was going, psh, psh. It was just terrible. But, I've been on medication, all that kind of stuff, never really helped. I think the only thing that Paxil ever did for me is it made it okay for me not to feel good. And it wasn't a sick bad. It was just a little off. Yeah, so I guess this is a mental health kind of check for myself of the 5 reasons why I lost my Sewjo. I'm doing good. It's just that, sometimes I even walk in my room because my bedroom is my craft room, and I just don't want to look, because I should be doing this or I should be doing that. I have been enjoying the watercolor, so that kind of has helped me. But then I feel guilty doing watercolor instead of sewing. So, and then Watercolor Wednesday. Who cares about Watercolor Wednesday? A lot of people like it, but this channel, and I don't mean anything rude about this. This channel is kind of for me. I appreciate everybody enjoying it. I love everybody's comments. It's fun, but this was my way of showing what I've been doing, that kind of stuff. And then I got to 362 subscribers, and it was like I really didn't want to look how many subscribers I had and that stuff like that. And you know, because it's not about the numbers to me. It's really not, you know, about the numbers. It was something that I wanted to try doing, is this YouTube, and it's working out well. It's 362 and I'm at a standstill, and I'm happy about that, because you know, it sounds really crazy for a YouTuber to say, but you know, I don't want thousands of subscribers. I don't want it, because it kind of put a stress on me of having to do it every single week. That's why, you know, I was doing it 3 times a week, and that got too much, way too much for me. So I had to stop, you know, and every once in a while I'm gone, I'm fine. I just need to stop for a little bit, just to clear my head, kind of. And then when I come in where I really don't have a lot to say, I feel like a phony, you know, and I do not like feeling like a phony, like, oh, hi, how are you? I care, you know, that kind of phony stuff. And like I have to make up stuff that, you know, I finished, and like the list of, you know, my to-do list that did not get to done is because I went off. You know, it was just like, it got too stressful for me to have something that needed to be done. So, you know, I'm retired. I got nothing else to do. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy sewing. I just lost my Sewjo. I enjoy painting. I got other things that I want to do. There's plantings that I need to do. I have really been enjoying just being basically a homemaker again. And this time, being a homemaker is totally different than when I was younger and my kids were younger, because I was really bad off then, stress-wise, because, you know, I did not have the means to do a good job being a homemaker because of money and my mental stress of, you know, not having money to sometimes feed the children, you know, that kind of stuff. So I was just mentally wrecked then. And I lately have just been enjoying just cleaning, cooking, that kind of stuff, doing some kind of housekeeping, house, you know, being a mother again, kind of, which, you know, kids are enjoying me cooking. So am I. But this is just kind of a Memorial Day kind of thank you to everybody that's, and then I'm not talking about everybody that's been in the service. I'm talking about anybody that's been in any kind of service, family, you know, any kind of where a service is something that you do for somebody else, basically, you know, motherhood, fatherhood, friendships, any kind of relationships in, you know, your work life, anything like that. You're doing something for somebody else, hopefully. But hopefully this is not a strange video or weird video or anything like that. This was just my 5 ways I lost my Sewjo, and I got a couple of ways to help myself, you know, because, you know, when I was when I was younger, and I had a hard time cleaning my house, you know, I knew, my sister taught me, go buy a new broom, go buy new cleaning stuff. It always invigorated me wanting to do housework, because my house was an absolute mess when my children were young, because I was mentally not there. So I was not physically there where I should have been. I did what I had to do just to keep us going, because the stress of life back then was so high. And, you know, that's guilt. I have a lot of guilt for that, but, you know, I'm working through it. So cleaning up my area will help me, you know, redecorating. I took my quilt off of my wall, my quilt wall here. I'm thinking maybe if I put another one up, you know, that'll help me. Whatever, just anything. Taking trash out sometimes helps. But I have been doing some TV watching. I started watching House of Dragons again. I had to watch the first season because the next one comes out next month on the 9th. So season 2, ooh, I'm so excited. I watched the Bridgerton, the second season. I think the second season. My brain gone. It's the third season. Whatever. I watched that again. First part of it again. Rings of Power. I started watching that again. I started watching that a couple years ago, and I got to maybe like the, I don't know, fourth or fifth show. And then it was like I kind of lost interest. So there's a new season coming out the 29th of August. So I watched that again. I watched it straight through. It ended better than I thought it was going to be. And then I've been watching on Max. It's Stanley Tucci. I got a little bit of a crush on him. He's a little bitty guy, but he's got a show. It's Searching for Italy, and he goes all throughout all the states, I guess, towns of Italy, and their specialties on what they eat, how they cook it, and it's just wonderful to watch him eat all these wonderful things. I wish, but there's a lot of fish in it, and I don't like a fish, but I'd try it. But so yeah, traveling across Italy eating. It is such a good show. But other than that, it's already been 21 minutes. I'm out of things to talk about. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go watch some more TV. I've been watching a lot of TV. It's not good, but hey. I'm going to eat my popcorn, eat my orange, drink my Dr. Pepper, enjoy the beautiful sunny weather. It's wonderful outside. It's so beautiful here. Just the trees and the green, and it just is. You know what happened to me the other day? Weirdest thing in the world. Okay. Now I'm from Vegas. Not many bugs. I mean, there's bugs. Spiders, cockroaches, that kind of stuff. But usually that's outside, right? The other day, because, you know, we have so many black widows here, right? I mean, you put something outside, come back 2 days, it's just covered with, what do you call it? Spider webs. Just completely covered with spider webs. There's so many spiders out here. So, I was laying down sleeping, right? And every once in a while, you get a bug on you, right? It's like, oh, right? So, I felt it kind of like right here. So I picked, you know, it's like half asleep, woke up like that, and I heard that thing hit the wall over here on the other side. Now I did not get up and check to see what that was, because I do not want to know. I don't want to know what it was. Don't want it to happen again. So the next day, you know, you clean your room, you vacuum by your bed and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was freaky. That's something freaky. There's just so many bugs out here. You know, there's moisture, water, there's bugs. There's bugs. Big ones too. I don't know what that was, but I heard it hit. I think it was my TV, because I was woo like that, and I didn't feel what it was, what shape it was. I don't want to know. So that was something weird. I don't know why I told you that, but I sure did. I'm going to watch this video back and see if I even post it. Because I don't know. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe you'll see this one. I don't know. Mia, Tammy, I love you. Everybody, bye.